Hi, welcome. So today we are going to look at how to copy and paste data in Excel. So something which is very interesting is the paste special. So I'll just go to the computer and show you how to copy and paste data in Excel. Okay, so we are here now. In the previous editions we have done formatting and editing and all that, so you can always go back and check on those old videos. Let's just create a new sheet here and I'll just enter some data. From there we are going to learn how to use the copy paste special. So I'll just type a name, tab, age, tab, and salary, enter. Take John, tab, 20, tab, 3000, Mary, tab, 30, tab, 5000, enter. Peter, tab, 15, tab, 500, enter. So we have this data, and what I want to do is just do some slide formatting. So if you hadn't looked at the previous video, you can just go and look at that. So I'll just do some slide formatting, put some borders here, do some centralize some of these, make this maybe bigger. Okay, I'll maybe change the font size, the font color to red, just to highlight a few things. And then maybe down here just put this in blue just to highlight. So now when you copy here, so if I copy this, that's the first way, just to copy normally. So when I right click and I copy and I paste here, for example, paste, right click and paste, I get exactly the same thing. So most of the time your copy by default, unless you configure it, you need to go to settings and configure it, but it comes by default in such a way that you just, whatever you copy, maybe your Control C, if you're used to the shortcut Control C, and then you go here Control V, it gives you the same thing. But there are times when you might not want the same with all this formatting, with all the figures. Times you might just want the format, but you don't want the values. Sometimes you might want the values inside, like this 3000, 5000, but you don't want the format. Sometimes you might even want some formula that you've written inside, but you don't want the format. So let me just add maybe something like yearly salary, so that when we come to the formula, you'd also see that. So yearly salary, I'll just say this is equal to, I'll just use the formula here, this times 12. And then we pull that to down, we just do our autofill. Then I'm going to use the format painter like we saw in the last class. Format painter, copy this format, paste it here, and I can just take even all this format here, copy the format, paste it here, so we have the same format. Now again, if I copy this and paste here, you see we get everything is the same there. And then I'll just right click here and insert a column. Then I can also copy this format here with the format painter and paste here. So remember, we have previous videos of formatting, so it might help you to review them. I'll just delete this one. So now let's look at this. So let's do some formatting still on the numbers. So I'm just going to go here. Remember, you can either format the number from here or you right click here. So I'll just right click format and click here, then no decimal, separators, and then press OK. So now if I copy this and paste here, of course we are going to have this same format. So if I copy this and I paste here, we are going to have the same formatting here. So let's now look what paste special can do. So let's delete this and then we see what paste special does. So if I copy this, for example, and right click here, copy, I don't paste with the Control V, I right click, you're going to see this paste special here. So this is paste special. When you click here, so these are the options. you can either paste the formula, paste just values, paste the formats, that's the red font and the blue here, or paste just comments if you had comments here, or paste validation, or paste all source using the source theme, all except the borders, except these borders here, column width. So most of the time you just need to understand where to find this and to read them so that you are able to choose what is applicable for your use case. So now let's go with the first one, paste values. Now I'm going to click here, values, and then I press OK. You see it pastes just the values. So the name, there is no font color, there is no increase in font size like this one is size 18, this one is just size 11. There is no formatting of the numbers with the separators, because I chose to paste values only. So there might be times you just need to copy just the values, certain values, and maybe paste somewhere and use for a specific reason. So this is paste values. Now let's go to the next one, which is pasting formats. So I'm going to take off this one again so that we stay focused on this one. So I'll copy this again, right click, copy. Then we go again to paste special here, paste special, and then choose where are the formats. This is where formats, we find formats. So paste formats here, press OK. So you see here it just copies the format without the data. So which means that here maybe I would get name again if I want. If it's another, maybe a table for a report for another day, but then this time it's no longer John, is Mark, and then maybe Andrew and Jane. So you see everything stays like that. And then if you come here, you would see that there is no formula here, because we just pasted the format, and then everything we write will maintain this same format. Let me just put maybe a figure here, like 10,000. You see it's already having the separators because it's taking this format from here. So that's the paste special format. Now so here you can see the format is here. Even here you have the format here. So if I type anything I type there would already let me type something like this, would already have the format separated, the format there. So you can use it just to copy the get the format from somewhere and paste it here. So it's almost like the format painter, where remember in the previous video you just copy the format and then you paste it here. So remember in Excel there are several ways of doing the same thing, and you just need to pick one and do as choose what is convenient for you, and there's always a way for you to do it. So now let's go on with the copy paste special. It's very interesting. It can really make your work faster. So we copy here now, copy, and then when we come to paste special here, we take formula now. So formula, press OK. So you see here that you see the formula here has been maintained, but the other time there was no formula. So let's say for example we wanted to change something. We said okay, the salary here is maybe 1,000. You see the figure here is now 12,000, whereas here it was 36,000. So we didn't rewrite the formula again. The formula was maintained because you copied and pasted special the formula. So the format was not pasted. The values, you just pasted the formula and then it gave you this. So if you change this again to 2,000, here you see everything changes because the formula is there. So remember, if you want to check on this again, if you just pasted values without the formula, copy again, paste special, you pasted values, then instead you put that 1,000 here, you see nothing changes. You still need to manually write the formula like you did here. So you'll be repeating the same action, the same task. You still need to say this is equal to, like we did, this times 12 to get the right answer. And that's why now, if for example you put 2000 here, you would have that changing automatically. So copy paste special formula would have saved you this time of doing this. So let's go on. Now imagine a scenario where the manager says we need to increase everybody's salary by, let's say, 10 here. So we expect this salary, John's salary, to be 3,010, Mary's salary to be 5,010, and Peter's salary to be 510. So you would not manually go. Imagine a situation where this is a million of rows. So you will not go manually to check, say 3,000. I'm going to add 10 at the end. 5,000. I'm going to add 10 at the end. You can't do this for a million rows. So you could use formula to get that. But then let me show you what copy and paste could do. Again, remember in Excel, there are several ways of doing the same thing. So let me show you how you can use copy paste special to add 10 to all of these, and even subtract 10 from all of these. Will be the same principle. So let's just go somewhere and write 10. Write 10. Then you copy from here, copy this one. Then here you're going to do, select this, all, let's say there were a million rows or so. You select this, and then you right click, go to your paste special again, paste special, and then there is this here, this add operation. So remember again, there's this, what we're doing here, which was either you're pasting the formula, you're pasting the values, you're pasting the format, you're pasting the comments. Now let's go to add here. So when you click on add and press OK, you see what you see? You get 3,010, 5,010, 510, just like you wanted. But where's the problem? The problem is it's also taking this original format here and changing your borders, your format that you have from this other table. So let's go back and see how you would have done it better if you are following what we have learned so far earlier in this video. So you copy here. Then you select this, you right click, go to paste special, and remember what you're interested in is just this value, not the format and everything. So you need to take the value here so that just this 10 will be added onto this 3,000 and this formatting will not be changed. So you add the values here, and then now you do your add. You could as well be saying, they say subtract the salary. So let's try subtract right now. So subtract. Then you press OK. So you see now you get that subtraction, but then the format is still maintained. So copy paste special is really good to help you not waste time redoing formatting that you've done. Remember, we looked at formatting in the last video. So if you want to go back and review, once as you get the right format, you can play with your format painter or your copy paste special with formats or formulae or values to not repeat yourself again. So same thing, they could say, let's multiply everybody's salary by 10, and I'll just do the same thing again. I'll copy here, copy, and then select all of these, right click, go to paste special again, and remember you have to put the value so that you don't spoil this formatting that you've already done. And then now you come, what is the operation? It's not add, it's not subtract, it's multiply. It's multiply. So we can do multiplication, and that will be okay. So you see it, you have now 29,000 here as opposed to 2,900 before, 2,990. Same here, 4,900 as opposed to 490 before. So again, you could do the same thing for divide. You just need to go there, instead of selecting multiply, you select divide instead. So there's another thing here which the copy and paste special can help you with. So imagine that you wanted to transpose this data. So you want the rows to become the columns and the columns to become the rows. Let me just show you. So for some reason, there might be some data that you need to transpose to get it right. So let me copy this, copy, then I'll just paste it here. So if I go to paste special, then I click on transpose. Now what happens? The name, age, salary, year, they are now on column A, and instead now John, Mary, Peter, they are instead on the column B, C, D. So you see, before we had the titles on row 1, now we have the titles instead of column 1, and then we had each observation was on a row. Now each observation is on a column. So this is to transpose. There are sometimes you need to transpose some data like that to be able to analyze it better and get insight. So the copy paste special would transpose, would be of help to you when you're doing that. So let's go back. So I could copy, then now I decide to do a paste special here. So you paste special, and then you say okay. So you see, you get the same thing up there. So you can really play with this copy paste special. It's really very interesting. There are lots of things it can do, and there's also the option of having a shortcut when you're pasting just right here. This, like this, paste all, it shows you you're pasting just values, you're pasting the formula only, you're transposing. So you can also use this shortcut to achieve these same results. So which is, you copy, then whatever, you go this way, then you right click. Instead of going to paste special, if you have an earlier Excel version, you would have this, but for the newer versions, you have all of this. So you can paste all, you can paste values only, you can paste the function, you can transpose, and just the format only. So you can apply this, use this shortcut to get your solution to all your issues. And if you need more, like the transpose or the operations, adding, dividing, multiplying, you just need to go deeper into the paste special here, and you would see the add, the subtract, the multiply, the divide, and the transpose, and there are other interesting things which I could leave you to try. I hope you have learned a lot from this copy paste special, and I hope you find it interesting. So see you next video. Wish you good data luck.